this. Okay, everybody, welcome back. I don't 100% remember where we are in the plot, but I think we're... Right, we're taking Tenchi to go see the cops again. Because, of course. They can't figure things out very easily, and, you know, it's a process and all that. Let's see what's going on here. Just a massive fade forward because they didn't want to animate any of that. Just like Battle Network 4. I'm kidding, this game is way better than that. A few moments later. Several bad puns later. That's better for this stream, that's for sure. Probably not. They will probably do nothing of the sort. Let's see what's going on over here. Nothing of note. Everything is the same as between that whole other arc. That is weird, to say the least. Well, let's go and find out about this. Uh-oh. That's not good. The music changed. Oh no! They're really not selling how bad of a fire this is, I don't think. Well, I guess that's something a little more. Sploosh. I guess? I don't think that's how it works, but at this point, I'm not really going to ask too many questions. We're just gonna get a dungeon where things are a little silly. Let's see if you can get an explanation of the gimmick here. Ah, right. 2 keys. Yeah, you have to form the yin-yang symbol, and suddenly the temperature will just skyrocket, but we're safe on these matted areas for some reason. I don't think you take a whole ton of damage from it, but you do take damage, and in this case, it's not like the gas comp where you just will, what's the word here? Where when you hit 1 HP, the game will just be like, yeah, okay, you go ahead and just be at 1 HP for a while. In this, if you actually run out of health from getting too heavily gassed. Also, we get a different reward screen for some reason. That is unusual. I'm not 100% sure what caused it. Oh. Yeah, you can see also that it is very wibbly in terms of your ability to just get to safety out of nowhere. It doesn't stop. The action doesn't, like, the action doesn't stop, anything like that. Even in text boxes, I don't think the action stops either, which is just weird. So if I can ever be permitted by myself to use a word properly, there's... Oh no. Ah, crud. I started to say something and then I just slipped off the hook a little bit. So... basically... I mean, I've explained the dungeon gimmick. I don't know what's up with this. Anyway, if you run out of HP, you get forcibly jacked out. Let's take some damage here to see how bad it is. 200! What the hell? I have 540 HP. Come on, game. That is just needless. That is well and truly excessive. It's a good thing that we can heal pretty easily by virtue of, well, okay, so... Yeah, you can see the other thing is these drill bits have, like, a baby version of the drill drive attack that... that one asshole used. Well, DruidMan in the original games, but... in this game, it was someone else. In fact, actually, come to think of it, I don't think Iku did the part where DruidMan usually pops out of the ground. I certainly don't remember seeing it now. Now that I bring the idea up. Also, I really don't understand what the pattern is for when we get the flare-ups going here, if there really is anything that could be called a pattern to them. It is indeed gamer time. That's one way to put it, at least. Another way to put it is, I'm doing this to myself for some reason, and... so those rewards are definitely not something that matches the enemy we just fought at all. So I guess there's something a little strange in this area in general, which explains the different results screen. I admit that I only just then realized that that was the case, by the way. I was not paying a ton of attention to what items we were getting out of these fights, because, we don't really, a lot of them are just not the things that I use very much until later on, so, It's safety. And they are going to give us at least a couple of healing items to help offset the fact that, oh boy, this dungeon is designed around making you feel pain and have a bad time. Without making any of the battles difficult, obviously, by the way. They just... wait a second, do I have... I just sort of came to a realization in that I think, even though I have these Aura Sword chips, that I don't think I have, I don't think I have any barriers in this folder anymore. Oh, nice! I'll have to actually check that out at some point. I think I've mentioned before that I do quite enjoy Warren Zevon. He was, of course, was a pretty excellent musician. Well, had a very good band. He wasn't too bad as a musician himself either, but he didn't play very much. He sang and wrote lyrics more. And he was pretty good at both of those. Because I'm over here having to sound like a complete silly person, like, oh, yeah, well, again, thank you for remembering him. Glad there's something about me that can be remembered. Not quite how I want to put it, but... So yes, I definitely started, by the way, when I was very young, listening to Warren Zevon, like, before he died. So I would have been not even 13 at the time, because he died in, like, actually not long after my 13th birthday. It was... That's something. So I'd been listening to him from a reasonably young age. No, 2003. Although I guess the aughts will kind of blend together a little bit because, well, multiple reasons. Yeah, close enough. But yeah, I was like 13 when he died. Had just turned 13 a couple of weeks prior. So if... I admit, actually, that I didn't know at the time, but if I had, I would have been like, that's really messed up. Let me pause. No, I can't pause during that for some reason. That's a shame. But that's what happens when we run out of health in this dungeon. We get kicked out and we have to do the hold B button down and run of shame back to the area where we were. What I was trying to say, though, is that, yeah, I started listening to Warren Zevon when I was, like, only about 13. And I feel like this explains a lot about me for some reason. In some sense or another. I'm not sure if it's good, but it explains, that's for sure. And this time we didn't need that heal. However, saving it for another battle would have been kind of a pain unless we just ran. Which I've been trying to avoid doing in these playthroughs, but... yeah. Sometimes things just get to a point where I'm like, yeah, the hell with it. I am just going to skip over this battle. It's just here to irritate me. Ooh, that's something that shows off a field type we haven't seen before. Unfortunately, I will not be using it because it's not very good. But I guess if we get another chance to show it off, I'll have to explain it then. I'm now realizing that I don't remember if I explained how the lightning tile thing works in certain areas. Well, I shouldn't have thought about it. That's perfectly fine. That's entirely reasonable. Do your thing. I don't demand complete attention from a lot of people. I would understand if you didn't want to pay, like, any attention to this, because some parts of this are mistakes. That's for sure. But as I think I've said before, I'm reasonably impressed with this in terms of being a fan game, because, like... it is a pretty good job that's been done. Let's see if we can get this thing to attack. Yeah, so it does like a 3-tile extending pole. Obviously, you know, based on Sun Wukong, the Monkey King from Journey to the West, but in particular, the attack type being referred to as, often being what's referred to as fighter sword range in the Battle Network community, which is very strange Not the naming, it's drawn from an attack from earlier in the series. But the attack choice on that enemy, because the chip you get from them is completely different. It attacks the entire enemy back row. I do not know why this is, but you know, design decisions exist, I guess. They can be strange. Aw, crud. Things moving around quite a bit. Give it some points for that, I guess. Stop it! Let me get around without risk of being set on fire. I would like to not be on fire for some period of time. There we go. That's what we need to deal with this fight. Something that hits the entire field. Alright. Pick that up. And I think this might be the end of the dungeon already? Possibly. Maybe I'm just hoping that because I know that the boss at the end is really awful. I'd like to deal with as little of this as possible. Alright, so we're gonna have to pull this enemy in order to really deal with this because we have a kind of short-range folder here. But that's fine. Nice and easy. Alright. The door. I'm gonna save right here. Just in case this actually is the end. And yeah, here we go. Oh, is Mr. Match in this game too? That's a little strange. Makes a lot of weird noises. I guess he's based on a lighter, huh? Pyro Man. Yeah, they were running a little short on fire-related names, I guess. I mean, come on, they're literally just... like, nothing really happened to them. They lost an internet battle. It is a non-issue. Well, this fight sucks, but... a large part of that is because of those big turrets that pop out. They... well, there's also that, but we'll talk about that in a second. So, These big turrets, in addition to their 3 square flamethrowers, they block everything. They can't be shot through unless the attack pierces to begin with. They you lose internet battles all the time, big deal. Yeah, exactly. See, you get it. So, dealing with these fuckers is just kind of a mess. They block everything that doesn't pierce, like these laser beams and the shockwaves are fine. We have a good set of attacks to deal with this guy, but those flamethrowers are still incredibly awful. They block all your stuff. And then there's that attack. The only way to dodge it is either to have a defensive option set up already, to have a defensive chip, or to walk between the waves, which is basically frame perfect. They're pulling this at you at this point in the game. This is a mechanic that has existed in the Battle Network games as a general rule anyway, but it's usually not associated with attacks that are otherwise undodgeable. It's stuff like the number balls in Battle Network 1, where you can very easily just break them by shooting them a bunch, or you can do that. Or they're enemies with, like, no HP. Meanwhile, this guy had, like, 1,500 or something to start with. And, yeah, not really... We had a good, easy fight there because we were prepared. If you're not, this boss fight is an absolute nightmare. I guess I appreciate what, you know, you were trying to defend a thing, and... Oh, good, you showed up late. Awesome. 1 second, She's gone already. Moko fucking left already. She walked away. I don't even think she was on, like, a motorcycle or anything else that would vaguely be associated with, some sort of Japanese delinquent. You just... gone. You didn't even try, did you? You were waiting this out on purpose. Well, good if you did at least try, but you're still a piece of shit and a not very good character in general, so... Well, yeah, I bet the delinquent kid didn't get in any shit whatsoever. Despite... I think we should know this sort of thing pretty well. Nobody asked any questions, did they? Well... That was remarkably painless considering I usually don't do well with that fight, and that dungeon is kind of a pain in the ass. Well, we can go visit her at the hospital. But technically that's the end of the scenario, but we're still gonna go and see her because she's our friend. And we will have to beat the crap out of her navi like a billion times at some point. I'm definitely exaggerating because they did change a lot of the drop rate issues in this game compared to the main series. But, oh, bullshit, we literally just got a reason, didn't we? Like, it was part of the story. Let's button mash our way through these and, yeah. Well, I suppose, never mind, we're going back home. And we're skipping to the next scenario. Or we're gonna go get in some fights. That's always Let's go get in some internet fights. That's always fun. Do you have anything else in here other than just your PC and some kind of Animu poster? Well, there's something here that we can't open. Crud. I forgot to pick up more of those. Well, we got a little bit of money. That'll help things if we go to stock up. Alright, so we get some pretty basic enemies here. Nothing to completely write home about. Now I'm just gonna wait this out. Oh, I deserved that for not choosing more attacks, but nope. Dang it. Oh right, our draws are terrible, and that's why I didn't do that. Instead of playing smart, I didn't. Hey, wow, another style, but our set is full already. Leaf Ninja style. Use quick tactical strikes to dispatch enemies. Allow you to evade enemy attacks with ease. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this moves around the field faster. Swords nullify and parry enemy attacks. That... I've actually never used this before. So... I actually think that I might, toss something out here. Yeah, I will... I'll get rid of our other leaf element style, just that way we can try this out a bit, and... Yeah, end battles quickly and use sword chips. Well, I guess we've been fighting that fast. Next charge chip, faster movement. Swords and charge shots can reflect enemy attacks. Okay, gotcha. That might be something to check out at some point if we can ever get the timing down, which I don't think we will. That sounds like something I will not be good at. Ah, I see. Our friend here has a Wii U as the new console. Alright. What do you got, kid? Let's get in... Like I said, let's get into some internet fights here. With Spannerman. Okay, that was not very smart. I forgot how this guy fights, like, entirely. Well, that's interesting. Not a big fan of it, but it's interesting. Dang it. I do enjoy Wrench Boy's welding mask that he does when he does that flamethrower attack. That is a very good touch. Less of a fan of just random panels getting cracked and stuff. That seems a little bit on the bad side in terms of design. Alright, this should definitely, yeah, what's this gonna be, 600 damage? I've got the rhythm of that counter attack down, so that's good. And we get the version 2, version 2 chip there. I'll probably be using those at some point because they can actually be pretty good against very specific parts of the field. And he's got a nice, nice item in his computer for us to just run away with. Open the cube. I should probably go around and just open all of those cubes whenever I, as soon as I get the chance to. I think I have the ability to do that with basically everybody right now. But yeah, Mari has an item that I haven't taken yet. Well, not important then. Just gonna sell me a wallpaper. Excuse me. Cube removed, and go check on Rika. I think we've dealt with her things. I don't remember. Did I use that one already? I have a list of these somewhere. No, I haven't, so I've actually got to write that down real quick. 5, 2. Okay. Oh, okay, so until Tenchi gets out the hospital, we can fight Iku using, from inside of this tank. Why she has so many tanks? That's a little strange. She's like 11 or something. Child, why are you obsessed with tanks at 11 years old? Oh, thank you. I didn't even realize that. Hey, look, it's a nerd. Not able to operate autonomously, I suppose. Well, we've got some stuff to work with here, at least, so that's good. I do enter iframes after that. You sure do. Right, thankfully, she just walked right into that. That makes my life noticeably easier. Also, yes, you will notice that, come to think of it, I don't know if I've ever really mentioned before that, well, okay, she goes to the back row after certain attack patterns. That is unfortunate, but what I wanted to say actually didn't have a whole lot to do with that. More that in a lot of the official Battle Network games... Excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. In the official Battle Network games, usually when they program an enemy to just stick to the back row, they tend to forget to have them operate regularly when they get pulled to the front or otherwise out of the back row. So that's a really easy way to beat a lot of enemies, is to just absolutely completely screw with their AI and pull them right out of the back row and be like, hey, yeah, this is what we're doing now, is me getting stuck in a place where I had to get hit by one of the two attacks. That's disappointing. Well, okay, we do it this way. Oh, right, you don't get stunned, do you? Also, she floats, so any strategy using poison doesn't really work. She only takes poison damage from the status effect. There we go. Yeah, not really a good fight that time for me. But we got, well, most of what we wanted from that. Let's go in here. Open the cube. I think that's all the cubes for now. But there is still... There's still that code to go use. Let's go do that. I could cram a bunch of crap into the chip trader, too. Ooh, that's nice. Because I'm pretty sure that has pretty good attack. Let's start with, what do you got, Tank Man? 100. Machine gun, then fire tank cannon ahead. I think there's a way to manipulate that, but I don't know what it is offhand, so... So I should probably, like, have a decent number of some things there. A lot of those. I can go down further on that, and... You have 4... Yeah, that should be more than enough. Let's see if we get anything interesting out of this. That first one was one of the web things. I mashed past it a little too fast. Meh. That's one... Did we get that at any point? Oh, what? Excuse me, what's this doing here? I'm kind of surprised. That's asterisk code of a navi chip for a boss we haven't even fought yet. That is kind of supposed to be disgustingly rare, even if we were that far into the story. I have got to try that out, by the way. That's more normal. Yeah, that's fucking weird. That is fucking weird. Usually, in the Battle Network series, you would not be getting something like that until the post-game as a chip trader reward. And that was from the basic one that only took 3 chips instead of 10. Wow. That is... Something's a little fucky there. That strikes me as like something got a little glitched. But we're absolutely putting that in, by the way. I've got a feeling that it works in a very jank way, though. So, that could be fun. We're gonna grab 2 of these. So that way we have a set for both folders. Yeah, exactly. You know, don't look a gift horse in the mouth and all that, but I was like, what the hell? I was legitimately very, very taken aback by that for reasons that I think I've communicated decently at this point. Let's go on to the next scenario. And maybe I should have that mouse cursor off the screen. Just realized it was there. See what's going on. This, I guess, will be ROM HQ. Oh, hi, Jace, Magic the Gathering. That's not who it is at all. It doesn't look even remotely like Jace, but that's... Blue robe with white trim. Or, you know, silvery white trim. It definitely seems like everybody has some sort of good computer going on here. Oh, so now you're getting into the plot. You just sort of tumbled into this, I think. Didn't you already and lose quite horribly, but... I mean, mean, I digress. Oh boy, we're getting somewhere-ish with the plot, I guess. Things are happening without us being able to interact with them. Well, yes, that appears to be the only hospital in the game world, so I suppose it would have to be that one. That NPC that we may have just saw a flash of darting in and out from behind the building was somebody who gives us a number trader code that we've already used. Ask around and see what's going on here. Second floor. Okay. Well, let's take a look around a little more. This is more along the lines of what would usually give us what we just got earlier. This, I think, is an actual jack-in pull. Alright. There's probably like one item in here. There usually are. Why am I saying it like it's unusual? Well, I could swear that there were one or two of these little jack-in points that had nothing in them. Ooh, this thing makes grass panels underneath itself to let itself regen. That's kind of irritating. I forgot that it did that. Well, what's in our free item here? A Recover 300 chip. They're finally starting to get up there in number, but we're not really going to use them a whole lot either. Excuse me. Yeah, that's not where we need to go. This is where we go. Oh, well, that's nice of you. That can be pretty useful. Did you forget already, buddy? I mean... Well, that took us less than a minute and became late afterwards. Is there anything to see in here? No. Double checking to make sure nothing is hidden, because that's how these games often work. We'll check out the third floor as well. This doesn't become anything for us to really deal with for a very long time, and we don't even have to if we don't want to. It's a side quest. Like, you'll see, it won't let us in. But we can unlock that location through a through doing one of the request board quests. Oh, whose can of soda is that? Or can of juice? Oh? I think these two characters got a little bit flipped in this game. compared to the canon source anyway. Well, let's find out what's the deal here. Eh? Okay, sure. That seems a little bit like you didn't want to write anything specific, but maybe it's just me. Oh, right. The asshole. Do you want us to throw her in a river? Oh. Wait, no. Probably not. Well, yeah, of course she can only talk about this because she's annoyed about us. Yeah, I don't feel like that's going to actually work, but okay. Thank you. Oh. A child soldier, huh? Also, finding out that the main cast are 14 years old, pardon me. I was saying much lower ages before that, but... I don't know, she doesn't seem to have been... She doesn't seem to have become too normal, I wonder if you've done anything in this regard, basically. Yeah, as I say, I don't really think Raisin's story is very well written in this game. It's just... not great. Also, the fact that just pulling out a child soldier like that, it seems like a little bit heavy of a thing to just sort of pull out of nowhere, I guess. Maybe it's just me. Well, let's get back to the main town. I should probably go and finally... I'm gonna start doing some other stuff. First of all, I'm going to buy a link back to the University Square. Because I've forgotten to do that for quite a while, and it would be very helpful to have such a thing. Sell, yes. Only 3K, that's pretty cheap. We're not hugely interested in getting anything from the interior shop. Do you have anything that we need from this still? I don't think so, actually. Board. Let's see if there's anything else here. So this is genuinely very good advice about using the cubes to hurt enemies pretty heavily. This is a great way to punch well above your weight class in a lot of the regular Battle Network games, because you can just put down a rock cube and use the air shot, and it's like, it's all cheap stuff that you can get very easily. And again, 200 damage per hit. This is something that is, like, not original to this game. Did anybody, anything about the field rocks? I haven't tried using those before. I may end up using that a little bit, but I actually don't usually do that strategy too much. I try to avoid things that can miss, I guess. Well, saying that, looks at my current folder, I don't think that's actually turning out to be very true right now. Gonna see what we can deal with here. This should be pretty easy. The Ob Lily, and by that I mean it's gonna still be a huge pain in the butt, and we're gonna have to make sure that we draw good stuff. But well, you'll see when I get there, I guess. To fight it, we have to go back to Genso Town, and we have to go to the flower bed computer right outside of our home and run around until the enemy shows up. And probably fuck this fight up a couple of times, but we will certainly be trying to not completely screw this up. And I don't have firewall, so this might be a bit of an adventure until we actually get the fight that we want. I should have remembered to stock up on sub-chips by now, but I just haven't. There's been a bunch of other stuff that I've been doing, so I think maybe that's understandable. Probably not. Oh, I'll take a free counter, though. Unfortunately, didn't get two, but one is still pretty good. Oh, right. I understand what the deal is with this result screen. It's because we have that thing in, don't we, that I forgot the name of. Add-on manager. Crimson Noise, yeah. So when we hit S-rank busting levels, we have a chance to get something different from the regular reward. I thought I managed to bait myself by putting that in my my inventory. Good work, me. Not necessarily. I don't always have it all together, folks. They're pretty adorable. They've got great little facial expressions. They're very amusing. Oh, we get these here too for some reason. Just completely a pretty big power level leap compared to the other enemies is what I'm trying to say. Also, the amount of money we're getting. I forgot that I think I have the money-only reward item in here. Okay, so here's the thing we were looking for. The Ob Lily. I've mentioned before, but all of these are named in reference to the Phantasy Star Online series. So this thing will just spit sand balls everywhere that will turn your field into sand, which is fine because we're in a ground element style. Normally, we would want to switch to the wing style. But here, we don't really have to worry about that too much. However, in order to avoid taking damage, we have to basically move as fast as possible. We don't have a ton of window for attack except to use an invisibility chip. Or, like, even a barrier will cause some issues just by virtue of not protecting us for long enough. Because we'll get hit by 2 shots in a row. This thing is just going completely apeshit. Honestly, it is kind of hilarious, but by the same token, this enemy sucks to deal with. And yeah, we're going to be stuck doing a lot of this for a bit here. Alright, I was about to say, did it not get stunned? It did. I was going to be very concerned and irritated. But no need for that. Okay, we get to try this out real quick and see how DruidMan takes things into his creepy blue ghost hands. Oh! Oh, that's it? Just hit everything on the field? Oh my god, that is ridiculous what we got there. Wow. That's, yeah, that really shouldn't be in there. I think that's a bit of an issue. On the other hand, I'm not really certain there's much active development going on for this game at this point, so not much to be done there. Excuse me. Yeah, there we go. There's our 23k from that. North District. We can do that. And also go over to the sub-chip vendor. That's the wrong one. Yeah. I mean, I should stock up on those, too. And again, pretty cheap crack tools here. So there's a couple of things that we can get with those. I think one of them was in old Red Shirt's game console, I believe. Yes, there is. Alright. Okay, I think we've seen this before, I don't remember. But, it is another one of the chips with, yeah, MS Paint art, basically. Steals enemy's chip. I think that by steal, in this case, they just mean it breaks it, and they can't use it. Do we have any information about the... Ah, okay. Oh, there's another code here. Wow, I've missed a couple of these. I think I have a feeling as to what that is, considering where we found it, but we're gonna obviously go ahead and enter it and be able to show that for sure. And also just have it in general. Alright. What do we got? Yep. Spannerman, asterisk. Pretty much as I would have expected from finding it in that kid's house. So I suppose there's something that I can find in Remelia's house for an asterisk version of Sakuya, possibly? You're the guy I need to talk to, right? No. The old woman. Oh, that's not very helpful, but okay. That's not a great description. There's a man in a suit on the 3rd floor of the university. Yes, I expect there's quite a few people in suits at a university. It just often happens quite a bit. You know, for better or for worse. Alright, so we're getting a bit of a runaround here. That we don't actually have to find anybody in a suit. In that case, we go talk to somebody in a lab coat. And then we search the town here. Talked to you before. That kid gives us a code that we have used. Telling us about a boat. He's talking about Gundam or something. Oh, I saw the word colony and... I mean... Yeah, the space colonies exist in a lot of other things, but... A lot of... Oh, you're... This guy's just doing a whole tour of the world map, basically. Going to the plaza in Central City. Oh, right. Yes, this ends in this having been something of a Shaggy Dog type of story, I believe, is what some people would call it. That we're supposed to go find somebody because she's not in a great shape to do the delivery, but he went to go see her anyway. And we can phase through him for some reason. Yep. And he gives us a pretty strong battle chip, if I remember correctly. White card. Is that... Copy 2 attacking chips from your folder. Yeah, this could be pretty ridiculous if used appropriately, but... Who knows how well that will shake. How well that will pan out here. But I will throw it in place of one of the Aura Swords for the time being. Because also reducing the amount of possible targets for something to copy is just helpful for something like that. Although obviously we don't want to go too far. Oh, you might have heard that. Well, let's go find the request board here and round things off with the current requests that are available. Be over here, right? Yes. Right, this one. Waiting in City Area 1 on the part of the lower level not connected to the square. We're gonna get into a really very easy to die in a fight. So that's fun. But of course, I know about it now, so I've been putting it off on purpose. Oh! Hey! Alan throwing me a raid of 26 viewers. That is pretty big. You've been getting quite an audience with your with your game of choice, haven't you? Oh, hey, that's something that we probably wouldn't get otherwise. You need a shower. Yeah, that's that's what I've been able to discern from that game as well. You need multiple showers, my friend. Just go out in the back, get the garden hose. Good old Pogie and the Gutsman's ass emote is just always gonna get me, and that is an amazing thing for us to have just gotten. Fuck, I'm too busy laughing about Gutsman's ass. Da-da! So good. I am so very grateful for Gutsman's ass. Sentences you probably wouldn't expect to hear ever. But here we are. I mean, you all came from a strange stream to begin with, so you should be used to strange shit being said, I suppose. Too busy laughing at Gutsman's. Thank you, Lethal. I'm gonna be like, what is the context of that one day? And I'm just gonna be like, oh, right, it's just a true statement. Oh, one of these chuckleheads. Not actually part of the target mission here, but oh, this is the source then of something I've actually been kind of looking for a bit in this game and didn't know where it was. Although, wow, look at these fuckers go, by the way. Just wow. Just, amazing. That, yes, I did miss that because I was a little caught up in this, but as Mark explained, this is, quote, an unholy cross between a Mega Man Battle Network and Touhou Project fan game. And we just got a pretty nice reward from that shockingly hard battle. This is a very strange thing that exists, but it does, and I'm actually quite happy about it, even if it is, well, a Touhou fan game, so it has its mistakes in that regard. You know, people don't know what fun versus difficulty, the balance there is. Oh, we got another reason to save real quick. Yes, this is a formerly discontinued fan game. As explained, Shanghai.exe Genso Network, that is a crossover between Mega Man Battle Network and Touhou Project for some very, very strange reason, but I'm actually quite glad for it because, you know, I'm a huge Battle Network fan, and I'm glad there's more than just the original 6 games and their millions of different editions apiece. Fun and challenge from a series that's primarily a Japanese shmup. Yeah, I know, right? There's actual strategy that can be used here as opposed to don't die, LOL. And absolutely, Toho is its own mistake at times, especially if you look at the fandom. Don't ever do that. It will cause you to hurt in various ways. So is this the NPC we talked to? No, that's the weirdo. Well, of course, we gotta murder the stalker, because, no, Lethal, don't do it! You're going to be, absorbed in some regard, I guess. So, another kind of generic-looking Navi fight. Okay, she's doing some pretty basic... That's the problem! That big fucking axe... And the cannon, I forgot that she had the mega cannons. Oh, buddy. So, yeah, this thing just will bust out a bunch of the big combo attacks on you. And you can die in like 2 hits if you're not careful / unlucky. Because, honestly, at these speeds, a lot of it does come down to luck. I'll tell you what, there is far less to learn about the fandom than what you have learned from those sources, Mark. There's more to learn about the series, and in fact, it's very, very appropriate for a wide degree of audiences, considering the amount of inappropriate fan art that exists for it. But the fandom are terrible people, one and all. And I should know because I've known a lot of them over the years. I'm not proud of it, but I have. Fair enough. Oh, we're coming to the part of things where this is going to start to suck because I have to actually dodge step swords now. To actually dodge, and of course, just continue to draw garbage, because obviously. Yeah, I mentioned earlier, this fight is very easy to die in, and also you'll notice that she doesn't care about the field. So, any strategy using poison doesn't really work here. I may have to redo what I'm doing here quite significantly to deal with this. And by that, I mean... Ooh, that's tempting. For now... Let's at least put that in here. I suppose I can drop that for Dark Desert, because that may help us out quite a bit here. 130 damage is not super great, but the amount of the field that it traps is pretty heavy. Yeah, this is definitely not a no-death run. I'm not that good at these games. I just enjoy them. That's kind of just a general purpose refrain for me and playing video games on this channel, is I'm not actually good at any of this, I just like it. Looks at Rayman. Oh right, that game is turning terrible, so I don't know how much I can say the other part even. Let's do this. Oh, that stun is... Well, the counter is great. The stun is great, too. And we finally get into a position where we can do this. Alright, we got 2 area grabs, so we should at least be able to hopefully get this front column. Ow! Ow! Stop. I got hit by that twice. Yeah, she's pretty heavily restricted here, and This is even better. We can do another halberd, and we can actually land a stun with... Fuck! That's disappointing. I would like for that to have not been dodged, but I suppose it's a little late now. Ah, yes, good old things we shouldn't have at this point. Always good when the game's just like, yeah, I feel like taking pity on you by changing the rules suddenly. Yes! She walked into it. Thank goodness. That's pretty good. Anyway, yay, we get power plus 30. That is going to be used later. But also, we have finished all of the request board that is available for the moment. There are more viruses we could fight, more of the high-level viruses, but I don't feel like doing that right now. Should I take away... I need to remember to get more custom pluses at some point. For the time being, yeah, I will take that away. No, we should definitely run and get a slightly crunchy noise there. And head into the next scenario. Well, she can't do much in the real world, but... You know, okay. Yeah, that's a big point, is to make sure that you have everything that you want to get before you go. I'm actually gonna go explore a certain somebody's house over here. Make sure I haven't missed anything. I mentioned that before. Piano. Bookshelf. I don't know if we could reach that actually, but okay. Server, can't do anything with that. So maybe that's not available then. That's a shame. I don't think we've ransacked her computer yet, so let's go ahead and let's do that. By that, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's not going to be any items of note in here. Oh no, there's something here that we can... This should probably be good because it's purple. Oh, yes, I'd been wondering where that was for, like, all the last time. This operates very similarly to stun game, but it causes attacks to stop time, which you'll notice has not been much of a thing throughout this entire game. It's a thing with a lot of support stuff in the old games would freeze time, like the area grabs, for example. Meanwhile, in this, you need another chip to do it, but you can also cause anything else to freeze time if you wish. So that's pretty cool to have. We'll probably end up using that at some point or another. Just not right this moment. Also, I'll show this off, because... This, I guess. Why not? This is just going to be the battle of showing things off. So, dark chips are basically the equivalent of giga chips from the old games in this one. Because the plot point about how, oh, well, dark things will affect you... I guess because Shanghai is already evil or something, she's fine. So instead, it's just, oh, you can only have one per folder. And Tankman does his little trace the area machine gun before firing his tank shell for... It looked like it was 20 damage for the machine gun. So, again, a little extra from what it says. That's... I'm not going to complain about that. That's decent for something that I can throw into any folder now. And of course, there's this, which just will end a battle immediately, pretty much, at this point. That's definitely a pretty big mistake, is all I'm gonna say here. Over and over again. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's fire Cicerno here. Oh. Did that really badly. Ow. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. I think we saved recently enough, though, so, okay, yeah, so we have to just go through the cutscene again, because there's a little bit of jank with that for some reason, but meh. That's okay, we didn't really lose much. Actually, we gotta go back and get the time stop. Again. The problem is that I kind of forget sometimes the way the new element cycle works in this game. Because they added 2 elements, and they now have everything having 2 weaknesses, so... It's a lot different from the original games, so it's a little easy to get thrown off with so much being just like the original games. Alright, well... Let's go ahead and move on with the plot a little bit here. Central City. Go to the East District. And this train station will take us, for now, just to the harbor to go on the boat. 103. Duly noted. Excuse me. That would probably help. Although I'm sure that we would get some strange dialogue out of it if not. Oh, there's a bit of a party that's going to happen on this ship. Seems like not a great idea to me, but it could just be me. Let's have a browse around. Her hair is like glowing. That's a strange look there. Oh, this mugshot, that is incredible. And with no mouth, just a mustache. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you. Oh, for a second, I'm sorry. I thought you were the girl protagonist from Grand Order for a second there. Before we continue going here, take note of this. It's very easy to miss. This is important for side quests later. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought she was Con. Classic. Thank you, thank you there, Mr. Hyper Chicken. Okay, so this is an interesting thing that we'll have to deal with for much later on. But for now, we're going to just explore this a little bit here. In the 19th century. And their internet connect? Well... Shrug. Magnetic storm. That is just going to be, yeah, it's just going to be an electric element tornado. That's pretty good for certain situations. But again, very situational. We get a couple of these to fight, though, which is great. And I probably should actually turn off my money farming utility here in order to farm up against these, because they drop something quite useful if we can actually get them to drop it. They drop the second level of the Electric Fang chip, which, well, we've seen how that works before, I think. In fact, they're just demoing it for us right now. However, oh, well, we got it. We got it anyway. It's just that it's not really in the code that I'd like to have it in. Let's go in here, add on... Okay, that's already been taken off. Never mind. Never mind. I forgot that I did that already. That white chip thing gives us a lot of just the standard sword. So anyway, the actual reason why this thing is here is we can do stuff with this. We can type in numbers for the X and Y coordinate, and that will change where that teleporter leads to. If you enter the right sets of coordinates, you can access a bonus dungeon, which you need to complete for a side quest, if I recall correctly, which is like a sunken ship's computer, and you have to get to the end of it, and there's some old data in it or something. I don't remember all of it except sunken ship, so the rest follows. And that Crimson Noise is not giving us great rewards right now. Like, I probably should take that off too. Oh, hello. Ain't you a sight for sore butts? Ah! Cough up. H. Damn you! Do you have better codes there, Elefang 3? Please? Please? Where the hell is it? Yeah, E, G, and H. G, H, M? Oh. Are there more? Only those four. Well, I guess 2 is going to be as strong as we get with these. Can use those for a different code. We can use 3 for an M-coded folder, I guess. Something like this should do us decently, I think. Oh, look at that! Thank you very much. Unfortunately, I think that's going to screw us over. Well, we killed the enemies in the wrong order anyway. That's right, I gotta remember... Last enemy determines what you get as a drop. Also, I do want to point out just how good our folder's overall flow has gotten here, because unfortunately I did that in a very stupid way, but I think the basics of my point still stand. There we go. Take a counter. And again, with it being V code, is not particularly what we want at the moment. Alright, let's disable that and let's re-enable the star shield for now. I think it's called star shield. Might be strong shield, strength shield, stripe shield, I don't know. Could be all kind of things. Oh, is that machine gun damage not doubled by full synchro? Now that's just weird. Well, okay then. That's quite unfortunate. Excuse my yawn, please. It just sort of happened. I was trying to use that. Thank you. Excuse me, I was looking at the water. That's a very old image macro I just referenced. And another version 3 here. Let's do all this. Again, I'm quite sure that we're gonna, like, not get what I'm looking for here, but it's worth a shot. Yeah, H. That's not ideal. I don't know if there's a good way to get an M out of this encounter right now. Because otherwise, I don't know that these fuckers show up until, like, the end game, so... That, needless to say, presents an issue. Yeah, they're just giving me H. I am displeased with this. I don't really think there's a good use for H-code chips at this point. Oh. It should give me what I'm looking for. At least one of them. Yeah! We're done here. That's enough. That's enough messing around. Alright, so... Oh. We can't even go into the boat exhibit, apparently. Dang it. Actually, I just want to look at this guy's mugshot again real quick. Fantastic. Alright, so room 103 is where we're going to hang out. Oh, we got a desk. That desk's... An empty desk always feels a little strange, I guess. I mean, we sort of did that already. I guess they're expecting you to just bolt straight here. We can jack into the TV. I do remember that. And I'm sure there's an item in here and some enemies that we've seen before. It will probably be a bit before we see some enemies that we've never seen before, I think. Oh, well, 2 full energies here. That's nice, I guess. Oh no, we get the squid anchors, although the way their name is arranged makes it sound a little bit ruder. And these things are pretty fucking annoying, as you can tell by this. Oh, wow, that just happened. Alright, you get some good rest there, Mark. Have a nice evening. So, these squids drop a chip that I think we have one of already, but I've never shown off before. Because it hasn't really, come up as something useful. Also, yeah, they will teleport back to random tiles, so setting up the Dark Desert thing is just like, hey, yeah, it's time to... Let's turn this into just a little bit of a waiting game. Heavy Anchor, I think we have... I think I have forgotten how to control this, apparently, but I think we have one of those at a higher level that I haven't used yet. I have to find them in this backpack. There they are. Okay, yeah, we have the version 2 that we got from probably the number trader. That's where most of my good shit comes from. So again, that'll get shown off at some point because we'll definitely be putting the S code to use for us a little more. Wow, look at this very green kid. That is a very green child. I mean, anyone counts as a guest if they're not staff, right? So I think we want to look around down here. Oh, it's you. Can we throw her overboard? Are we allowed to do that? I guess not. I mean, to be fair, there's like nothing going on around here. Well, I mean, value and scarcity, you might understand that a little bit because, well, is that something you would say is technically true about oil? I digress. I mean, I guess it depends. Yeah, we get it. We get it. I don't know. I think she's more human than you. History of warships. Oh, okay. I get it. This is the author-liked Azure Lane. Wait, no, that at this time period it would have been Kantai Collection, right? I can't believe I know both of those enough to make that joke. No, it's about real boats. Well, mostly real boats, anyway. Oh, this guy's back. I wonder if it's just one NPC that has that look, or if it's multiple. I hope it's multiple. I hope there's just a large amount in this world of people with that exact mustache and apparent lack of mouth. This is definitely the same person, though. That's very true. The Navy usually has very heavy, very large cannons and stuff. Oh, this guy's here already. So he'll offer us a free extra folder, which will throw some more stuff into our library, and I guess we can use it if we want to. Unfortunately, like, viewing it is a little hard without just actually putting it to use. Got some interesting stuff we haven't seen yet. The heavy anchor, I mentioned before, like, it throws something that hits a whole column 3 ahead, if I recall correctly. There's Railgun 2, we've used Railgun 1. Cold Shot, I think we even used that at one point. Shell Armor reduces damage you take to 1 for a certain number of hits, which is kind of neat, I guess. Electric Chain, Earth Power. Earth Power deals damage to the field, to all enemies on the field based on elemental tiles that are there. Tadpole Chips, I haven't used those before. Ice Stage, Death Wiper, I mentioned those. It's the same size as the Mega Halberd, a lot less damage because it's a standard chip, and it's Poison Element, interestingly. And it's got the elemental wide swords there. Ooh, I think maybe it can do the Element Sonic PA, which is a thing that I know exists, and that's about it. Which, it shoots a shockwave sort of like the Aura Sword, 1 for each of the 4 original elements. Again, referencing something in a regular Battle Network game. I think that was only in Battle Network 2 that was available, but it was a ridiculously powerful attack if you could do the input command correctly on the variable sword chip. And yeah, that was one of the many game breakers in Battle Network 2. There were a lot of things in that game that were disgustingly overpowered. And otherwise, the rest is, excuse me, nothing to write home about. But hey, we got to see some stuff there. Ooh, so here's where we start getting into the blatant fiction, of course, because we've got our space battleships. There's a jack import in here. We just have to get to the right position to use it. Let's go get ourselves some free items and change the music up a little bit. It's only a model. Oh, wait. Oh, we got our regular up. Are we at like 41? No, 35. We're not even close to what I thought. I thought we were at 39 earlier, which, you know, that's still more than I will probably use. Let's see, Blast Cannon. I think that changes our charge shot. Get a look here. Charge shot becomes Blast Cannon, which I don't 100% know what that is, and I'd have to give up some custom plus for that, and I only have the 1 at the moment, so I don't particularly want to try that out. Okay, so here we're gonna get to see the shell armor enemy, and also destroy both of those things. But you can see that it took 2 damage because it's weak to the attack. Oh, buddy. Otherwise, they only take 1 damage. Okay, I was wrong about the effect of this. It only cuts damaging hits in half. That would have been useful for that last request that we did earlier, but as it stands, this is still, well, it's still there, I guess. I don't know what else to say specifically. And excuse me. Alright, so we just remove that from the field right away. We get these evil eye enemies. I think their attacks pierce invisibility, oddly enough. But for sure, they do a ton of damage when they hit you. Charge cannon chip. That does a lot of damage, but it has a charge up time to it that I believe is pretty pronounced. Yeah, 200 damage for a version 1 chip. That's pretty intense. What else you got? Yeah, you were a child soldier for some reason. I think we've checked out everything here. So we move on to another cutscene. I mean, I guess. I mean, if you had fun at some point, that would be kind of amazing. I mean, I would think that it would cause some problems mentally, but, or, you know, be traumatizing, so yes. Yeah, there's a typo there, by the way. Ah, okay, yeah, so they're pulling a bunch of weird sci-fi things out of here that I guess, okay, sure, there would be... It's Battle Network, it is strange sci-fi shit to begin with, but... I don't know, military-related sci-fi seems a little bit, off. And also, I mean, again, kid actually likes this stuff, so... Yeah, I think that's the thing they should probably be telling us, or, you know, that Shanghai should probably be telling us at least. Yeah, and see, nothing has changed, really. So, again, could have just thrown her off the boat and it would have been fine. I swear, nobody would have noticed. That might actually be true. Oh yeah, we've got to go back and take a break for that purpose. I jumped ahead a little bit. Whoops. Let's go ahead and save, and yeah. Oh boy. What do we need all of this for you to be doing? Oh, okay, so we're not actually gonna find out. I told you she's evil. It's the thing. We should be good with this folder. I don't think the upcoming battle is too difficult. But I admit that I don't 100% remember. I think I'm gonna sneeze again. Hang on here. Sure did. Sure did. There's a place to jack in here. Let's go ahead and let's do that and see if we can find anything useful. Oh, for some reason the internet world has food too. Why do the programs need to eat? Or, like, do they actually need to, or is it just a thing that they can? It's just weird. It's just a weird thing. That's all I've got is it's very, very strange. So yeah, that is a thing that exists. Oh hey, look, isn't that the kid from Persona 4? I think I mentioned that before. Does kind of look like him. Hey, you. Oh, I'm not going to be battling against Sanae? That's a shame. Alright, so let's get this show on the road. Oh, hey, look. It's the kid from earlier. Oh, Alice is never going to have a good time if anything, is she? Insector, web, I get it. Wriggle Nightbug and his navi Beetle Man. Let's get a look at Beetle Man here. Oh, he's a chonker. Ooh. Also doesn't have an exposed mouth. That's a bit rare for this game. How about you? Oh, 1600 HP. Damn. Damn, 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 damn. That's a little scary. Well. He's throwing the gravity balls at us, which is very clearly... That has to be a reference to Mega Man X, right? The Maverick Boss Gravity Beetle. Like, I'm not imagining that, right? Whoa! 3 of those charges. Damn! This guy doesn't fuck around as much as I thought he did. Gotta give him credit for that. Well, I don't feel particularly great about this. Not like, oh, I don't think I have a chance. I don't think I can beat this guy, but just a little bit like, wow, this is not going to be a fun fight. Ow. And again, we get gravity balled because, honestly, at this point, why not? Ooh, that's... It's sitting on top of us. Great. Alright, friendo, I think this is going to give you some issues. Oh, he doesn't get stunned out of, He basically doesn't take stuns whatsoever. Oh, he blocked that because he was still in iframes. We got our health back, though, anyway, so that's good. Hey, counter. DruidMan, therefore, acting oddly enough like Roll from the original Battle Network games. That's kind of hilarious, actually. Right, well, we got all Shanghai's goons over here. Plastic and they're just robbing. First of all, perfect name there, and second of all, they're just stealing food off of the cruise. Again, I don't understand why they're programmed to be able to eat, but you know. Well, I guess we'll take a quick browse and see if anything is anything different is going on here. Yeah, I don't think anybody is gonna be surprised if you do. It's kind of something that would be considered normal in this case, I guess. Oh, hey, kid. Well, that's a lot of... Those are certainly plastic containers full of food. Uh-oh. What do you mean that's not a sound? That's definitely a sound. That happened. Oh, we're getting attacked. Oh, I'm sure that this isn't exactly the calming thing either, so... Yeah. Excuse me. Well, let's go. And she's mad about her food. I'm surprised she wasn't trying to sell it. Okay, we're doing the C4, I guess. Another typo. The translators really need a copy editor. Okay, Solid Snake, Jesus fucking Christ. You're 14 years old. And actually, for that matter, shouldn't you have clearance for something like this anyway? And that is some ugly flooring. So I guess they launched this robot thing to carry the navi? That would explain all the noises and everything. And yeah, that's a code, but we've used it already. Let's go ahead and jack in here and go fight a dungeon. I think a couple of ice stage ships should clear this up pretty nicely. So basically, this is the gimmick for the dungeon, is that we toggle back and forth between two states and use that mechanic to navigate the dungeon from getting a little bit of help from raised boats and stuff. And yes, we get enemies called Metallicas here. That sure is something. Ah, right. Tankman is attacks break, so that would actually help out quite a bit here. Look at me forgetting how things work. Otherwise, these enemies just really, really suck. Thousand Zenny. What else do we got going on around here? Yeah, panel mole 2s and drill bit 2s. Yeah, we fought the regular drill bits not too long ago. Over in the place I've forgotten the name of already. That's great. In the Shrine dungeon. Why'd you close already? Jeez, that went fast. Well. Might make things a little more difficult for us. Not really. Yeah, that fight definitely sucked. These formations get a lot trickier to deal with from here on. And we got a heavy anchor too. I may as well throw this in, because again, then I can give it a show off here. Trade that out. Also, one of the things that is kind of neat about this being a fan game as opposed to a ROM hack, as you can definitely hear there's a lot of stuff going on with the music in this game that wouldn't really be doable on a Game Boy Advance just because the sound hardware on the GBA is not super amazing. Like, rather infamously, the GBA sound hardware could not replicate the sounds from the Donkey Kong Country soundtracks on those ports, and that's why those tend to sound really awful, put it nicely. But there's, like, definitely a couple of extra layers going on there. Like, there's definitely some Mega Man X tier music going on underneath this. Maybe from, like, certain parts of 5 or even 6, granted. Not like, oh, here's the ridiculous guitars from like 2 or whatever. Well, I think we're gonna have to get something else to deal with this drill bit here. There we go. And we only get money for it. Also, I may get lost in this dungeon quite a bit. This is a very easy one to get lost in. I think I have to go back through that warp gate and... yeah. Like I said, very easy to get lost in. And sure, let's go for one of these. Yeah. This definitely is the place where the dungeons get genuinely hard to navigate. Goodness. And they don't really give you a map function. unfortunately. Very nice. Alright, so here's a couple of these things. Handle shot 2. Cover 100 in asterisk. That's very solid. Take our warp point here. Probably have gone backwards. I'm sure there's no map function here. Okay, yeah, back across the... Yeah, we just went backwards. This place is so hard to tell where you're going sometimes. That's what the heavy anchor ship looks like, and that is not what I was aiming for, but this enemy is a little jerk ass here, so... God, I hate these things so much. Like, yes, the braking ships are pretty common, but honestly, not really by enough to make these things not annoying. Back to the warp. Ghost body. This. Very nice. Okay, so we gotta go back and turn the handle. And then get back over there. I'd just like to apologize for the fact that this might take a while. And I'm not going to have a whole ton of commentary here because this will get very repetitive very quickly. And I will get lost a lot. And it will not be pretty. You know, pretty boring maybe, but Oh, nicely lined up. Thank you very much. And the squid anchors are a good place to farm freeze fragments if you need them, which you do for purposes of virus raising, I think. So here we are on the other side of the field. By the field, I mean the dungeon. And we get an ice road in asterisk. I think we had one of those before. I don't remember for sure. And I'm definitely screwing this fight up pretty badly, folks. Like, wow. Definitely a little bit embarrassing. There we go. That got us there. And we're into the second section of the area, so that's good. I don't think I want to turn that just yet, because there's some more that I could look around at. But I know where to go when the time comes to do that. Fuck. Did that at the wrong time. Nice. Alright. I'll be right back, everyone. Alright, folks, I'm back. Sorry about the hold-up there. This took me a moment. Arrange it here, and... Alright, let's get back into it here. Oh wait, that's the wrong way. Thanks for lining up there, Raijin, and letting me lose access to the chip that I really wanted. Okay. Thanks a lot, Chief. However, we did get that Heavy Anchor 1 in Asterisk, so that's nice. The direction towards the valve. We're gonna go check up here. Right. Taking me a moment here to get acclimated to what I've got to do in this level again. Alright, 2K. Definitely feels like there's a lot of money hanging around here. Clean up Asterisk. That, I think, removes... Yeah, fix your area and destroy obstacles. So I think that's like no cubes and a repair for you. That's a pretty decent little, you know, useful thing there. Fuck these movement patterns. I don't want any more metal napalm. I'm never going to use them. Never want to be reminded of this shitty enemy ever again. Nice. That's a lot of runaround to get that, but still nice. Railgun 1A. Now we turn the valve, and we should be able to get around here, I think. Alright, that should be the setup to get us going here. Oh, for fuck's sakes! I swear, these enemies are specifically setting themselves up to avoid letting me get what I want. Oh, it's probably just as well that I got money there. I don't have much of a reason to be salty. And I do now, because I have to go back and turn the valve back! Fuck! Why is it designed like this? Why is it so bad and terrible? Nice. Yep. Switch that back over, go back to the underlevel, and switch at the valve at the other side of this area, because that's what I have to do. Oh, that's more like it. Other way. Yeah, there, we can see those little lifeboats over there on the surface of the water, so it's a little easier to tell where we're gonna have to go. And hey, we get blubsters in the wild, so we can actually get their chips now. Blubster. An enemy name. Also, yes, all of the enemies are syncing up their attack timing, like, perfectly, and it definitely sucks. Oh, fuck you, dude. This is not the kind of positioning I need you to be doing. Else, back, please. Fuck off! Starting to hate this enemy. Just this one in particular, not even, like, every single instance of this motherfucker in the entire game. Just this one specific Drill Bit 2 can eat me. In the front row. Well, see, I'm now isolated. If it's not in the one square, I'm gonna be sitting there for like minutes, pretty much. And that is a minor issue that I know I've brought up before, that enemies don't move in very predictable patterns, a lot of them. Most of them just warp around randomly. That's a bit of a problem in a case like this. Nice. Again, can always use more of those. Those are going to be a staple attack in a future folder. Once I get around to it. Okay, there's another ramp area here to go to. This, I think, will take us further in the level. It's useless against these enemies. I don't need the full cust right now, because right, so that Dark Desert ended up being useless, but that's okay. Again, no penalty for it, so that's fine. Oh, okay, so let's go back through the warp. And get back through, back to doing the rest of things. Nice, and we managed to squeeze that into a triple. Unfortunately, it didn't give us something super useful because H-code is not really ideal. But still, we'll take it. I won't complain too much about having done well, I guess. Surefire way to kill the Raijin and nothing else. That should clear this, and we might get the Fang. Yes, very nice. Alright, show me, Elec Witch. That's potentially pretty interesting. I'm actually gonna take this. Primarily for this area, but still. And we cleared this room out, so let's move on to area 3. I need to remember to switch style back. Whoops. Very nice. Oh, did that not? Ow. Thought I'd be able to fire that off a little faster, but nope. Yeah, that is a big downside of the flamethrower, is that it's got a lot of empty frames at the beginning of the attack. I mean, considering what the Doctor style usually does, I can't really complain about it. But still, wow, that's a lot of, it's very easy for you to get interrupted with that, unless you have a defense setup. Let's use this as a trap for the panel mole. Yeah, there you go. And we get another panel shot too in G. What's the damage on that? I wonder if that's like any good. 80. Toss 3 vertical panels ahead. Unfortunately, that's like, they won't shoot down the same row. So the damage on that is just, it's easier to hit with, but you're not going to hit as hard. Dark Desert is not very useful here. And let it rip. There we go. Nice. And I'm pretty sure I have enough dig drills there to not have to worry for a while. Well, that's quite a combo we had going there. Get another heavy anchor. This underside here is a bit of a mess. It's hard to necessarily be sure what you can and can't get to without walking around more, so... Alright, let's get this going. Fuck out of here. Never want your bullshit garbage ever again. And there we go. In Z code. That, again, sounds useless, but it's got its uses. Don't you worry. Just not a ton of them. Ow. That I think I deserved. And yeah, look at how densely the Scroon 3 just sort of populates your one row with tornadoes. It can be pretty hard to get a good hit in there. Oh, whoop, the thing is just off like a shot. Oh, thank you for walking into that there. Yeah. Bang, enemy. Alright. Not the one I was looking for, but that's okay. We got a decent quantity of Elephant 2s and I think. 3. We want one more, but 3 is a good start. One more is as many as would be able to fit into a folder, is why we want that one more. Oh, damn it! Not what I wanted to happen, but here we are anyway. I did that a little bit early, I think. Anyway, we're looking around in this area to try to get a scan of where using the thing is useful. Yes, that's how I want to word it, apparently. Oh. That encounter was made far more irritating by a lack of a good draw. And it just took a little bit of waiting for it to line up. Fortunately, it wasn't for a very useful end, but something, I guess. Anyway, we got a bunch of these full energies. We may as well use one, so... Since our health is actually taking quite a hit there. Let's get a bit of a graphical glitch, too, I suppose. I don't want to do this lineup. This is terrible. I'm going to be sitting there for several turns, waiting for Tank Man to show up or something, or waiting for me to actually line up a hit against the Metallica properly. And I'm just not going to be happy about it. And we get more of these honkies. Let's see what we can do here. We can just get too many inputs added there and have a bad time. That's also great. Fuck everything. This is just the worst. I'm leaving. Well, that was really great. I admit that I got very, very upset when the thing took an extra input. But still. Yeah, exactly, Lears. Fuck this game! Brysolf, the, espouser of infinite wisdom, as he is. You know, that guy. That Canadian motherfucker. Did I time that right? No, I didn't. Okay. Fine. I guess Be like that. Yeah, there's definitely an element of timing to these particular enemies. And it can make you feel real stupid when stuff like that happens. And on top of that, this is definitely a place where I get super lost. So, do I get a bridge across? I do. At least there's that. Just selects like 3 ghost bodies in a row for no good reason. Alright, give me something decent. That'll do. That's all of those that I will ever need, so that's cool. Alright, this is the area where... Again, a map would be very helpful, but... I'm, like, terrible at remembering to draw maps or to have anything around at the time to draw a map with. I mean, I could break out MS Paint or something, but that's... Then I gotta juggle that and the other thing, and it feels a little bit weird, and, you know. You know. I don't. Oh, well. Just pretend, I guess. Clear this out right now. Yeah. We try going down this way? Excuse my yawn. Get rid of those two. That. Get out of here. Right, well, we got an upgrade for our add-on manager, so that's nice. There's a good reason to come over here. Well, decent reason anyway. Yeah, that worked out in the end. Not really the way you want to do it, but it worked out in the end. So we can loop around over here. We can get this, and I think we're finally making progress in this area. Been what feels like a period of time, that's for sure, but we should finally be moving on in this little chamber. Area grab and then do this. Oh, nice. Power Aura B, I think we've seen that before, and that's blocks everything under 80, maybe? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, MS Paint, yeah. Anything under 80. I think we're like right by the end, so I'm saving up. I could end up turning out to be very, very wrong. Oh, I did that a moment too early. But but we got a counter hit there, at least. That's something. Alright, let's get DruidMan ready to do that. Good. Are we, in fact, at the end? Yes, here we go. And here's the boss of the area. And here's Marasa, who is, she sinks ships in the regular canon. And here she has some very interesting attack patterns that can be kind of difficult to deal with. That one's not one of them. This is, and so is the wheel that she just threw. In that it turns. I could swear that it could turn more than once, too. So that's going to be why we're going to switch over to the witch style here, because that should give us some increased damage against our target here. If I can just make sure that I'm in a good position to use this on her. Ow. Yeah, staying in the back row is a very dangerous proposition, but it can often pay dividends here. And see, we're definitely, we're sort of playing it a little close in a sense, but that's basically just an instant win because she's at 10 health. Yay! Fairly easy. Probably stretched out a little longer than I meant it to. But I basically am just trying to say that I do like that as a good character choice for this section of the game. Well, it all worked out. It's yeah. Alright, well, go back and rest, and that's going to basically be where we wrap things up for the evening. Because, yeah, it's going on like past 10 here, so. And by going on past 10, I mean it's going on like 10:30. Alright, so let's save again so we don't have to rest again, because this game is really bad about that for some reason. And yeah.